Hey Andy, welcome. Hope you're having a good day over there. And I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Well, I'm real nervous about today. I hope everything goes well. There was a lot of planning that went into this, but there's only so much I can do before randomness takes over. Yeah, you're telling me. I do work on it all the time. Yeah, I have a detailed set of notes. I'm not too worried about that aspect of it this time. Like I say, I spent a long time playing this out multiple different ways and planning this out. I know it's going to succeed. It's just how well it's going to succeed, I guess, is the question. I'm gonna have plenty of time, I think, to go through it. And like I say, I've got a detailed set of actions to accomplish here, so it's just there's pathing issues, there's initiative order, randomness, and all sorts of stuff like that that can play a little havoc here. So we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I know we're going to succeed in it, but there's just a lot of stuff that can make it go worse or better. Who knows? This may be the perfect run, and I just may be worried for nothing. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I tend to get, and I found this when I was playing last night. Again, another example of it. I tend to get, because I know tabletop so well, I tend to get into a groove of just, even though I've planned things out and I've done things a certain way, I tend to get caught up in the moment of it all, and I just do what's next and don't refer back to my notes. That's how we ended up killing the hag and not getting the hag's hair the first time. And things like that. But yeah, it's this one, like I say, I learned while I was testing it last night to pay attention to the notes. And there will be some modifications to the notes as we kind of, or as things change. There's an old military axiom: no plan ever survives first contact with the enemy. So we'll see how well it plays out. But yeah, I know we're going to succeed. It's not going to be a game-ending thing. I know that for a fact. It's just how well or how poorly it goes. That's right, the best laid plans of mice and men. Yes, it absolutely is true. It did not matter how well we planned the mission, there was always something that got thrown in that made us adapt while we were in the field. Every single time. Didn't matter how safe the mission was or how dangerous the mission was. It could be something as simple as guarding a convoy to go deliver mail somewhere and something would go wrong that we'd have to adapt to. It's just always, it always seems to be part of it in the military, so. What made the military so good? We are very, very good at adapting. That is true. I didn't enlist until I was older. I didn't enlist until I was 29. After when 9/11 happened. But yeah, everybody there was 17, 18, 19 years old, kids. And you see a dramatic change in them while you're going through that initial training with them. They are much different people when they come out the other end, which is exactly what the military wants and needs. Definitely needs. Oh, well, I appreciate their service. I really enjoy being over in the UK during all the Remembrance Day stuff. It just seems to line up a lot of times that when I'm over there visiting my friends that it's during that period of time. So wearing the poppy as a symbol and all that sort of stuff, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and I almost didn't get the opportunity either. I tried enlisting when I was really young, when I was 17, but parents vetoed it. And then when 9/11 happened, figured, you know, they can't stop me this time. So, but yeah, it's not something that everybody gets to do, but I don't, think any differently about anybody who doesn't versus anybody who does. We're all We're all people at the end of the day. Yeah, and that happens a lot, Andy. It's one of those things where um, if your life isn't in a good spot to be able to do it and things don't align, it's really not the best choice to make. It requires a complete and total commitment to it, and if you've got other things going on in life that are going to detract from that, then it's not something that you want to do. It was something that I had to make a lot of compromises. I mean, my entire, life got put on hold for that time. So it required a lot of compromises for me to make. But, no family, not married, no kids, none of that stuff. It made the decision a lot easier for me. I didn't than it would for other people who have those situations. So life at that time just was easier for me to be able to make that decision back then. But also, I mean, 9/11 was a thing here for both good and bad. It inspired a lot of emotions in Americans, and like I say, both good and bad. Not saying all those emotions were good, but yeah, it certainly made me think about things in a different way and pushed me to do it. Yeah, and those are the exact things that make it unsuitable at that time. If there are things that, like I said, things that are going to detract from it, then you want to think twice about it, because it requires that whole life commitment to it. But for me, it worked out, and I will always be grateful for that time of my life. Yep, I was sitting in an office doing my work. Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 48 of our Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So nothing on admin notes for the game. We still haven't heard from Larian about patch 8. So on our recap, At the end of last week's episode, we had done a few finishing up things. We had gone through and gone through all the quest line to recruit Minsk and to deal with the invasion of the guild hall, and we went and cleared out Bloomridge Park at the end of the episode and got into a fight there. Today, we're going to follow up on a quest line that is going to lead us directly into a final confrontation with Gortash. And let's go ahead and jump in. We'll kind of take stock of where we are. We'll make sure we've got a couple of things done, and then we'll get ready to head into it. I'll kind of explain what we're going to do today. Okay, so here we are in Bloomridge Park, and if we look over our action economy,
making me sweat.
we're still pretty good. Shadowheart does not have her channel divinity, which is going to be a problem. So we're actually going to take a long rest just to get that back. That's going to be a necessary part of what I'm going to be doing today. So we will take a long rest, but let's take a look at our quest journal first, because we did pick up the quest Avenge the Drowned last week or the week before. And hey Rudy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. So we needed to find the beast that killed Holly, the Wave Servant. And that quest ties directly into another set of quests that goes along to end up confronting Gortash. And we're normally, how you would do this is you would head into the Steel Watcher Foundry. You would talk to some NPCs in there. You would learn some more about this thing that killed Holly. And that would lead you into searching for that thing here, which is here in the middle of this search area. And that would lead you into another set of quests that would lead you to destroying the Steel Watch Foundry and then confronting Gortash over it. Since we have Avenged the Drowned, we're not going to go through the first part of this and pick up the other quests inside the Steel Watch Foundry. We're going to go directly to Avenge the Drowned and lead us into those quests via the back way, so to speak. We're not going to miss out on anything. In fact, some of the conversations once we get into the Steel Watch Foundry after we do this are going to be quite a bit easier. So we're going to head into Avenge the Drowned. And what that means for those of you who are familiar with this is that we're going to be in the Iron Throne today. Now, the Iron Throne is a very unique area inside of Baldur's Gate 3. And it takes some very specific planning on the part of me or the player if you're doing this in honor mode. If you're doing this in balanced mode, it's really not that difficult, and you really don't need all that much planning to be able to get the most favorable outcome out of it. If you're playing on Tactician, you need to have some planning. You are cut from 6 turns to 5 turns to be able to clear everything out, so being able to do it definitely requires some planning. If you're doing this on honor mode like we are doing to get the best outcome, not only do you have to have excellent planning, you have to have the correct gear, you have to have the correct builds for your characters, and you're going to need a little bit of luck. And you'll probably see that today, because my guess is that we're not going to get the luck that we need, and we're not going to get the best possible outcome out of this. We're still going to win. We're still going to win this. We're not going to get a party wipe or anything like that. But we might not get the best outcome. So what we're going to do is we're up here at Bloomridge. We're going to actually head over to the Baldur's Gate waypoint. We're going to head south, and we're going to open up a waypoint down here. Just so that we have access to it. And then we're going to go take a long rest. Because we absolutely need to have Shadowheart's Channel Divinity here for what I have
at the ready
planned. So let's head back over near the Steel Watch Factory where we had the encounter with Baldur. And we'll head down here because the waypoint's right there, but you have to get down these stairs to actually activate it. Now, you don't want to go down these stairs. You'll get into a fight with the Steel Watchers. But there's the waypoint. But you see it's not active. And we can walk right by it. And we won't activate it. You have to come down the stairs. And there it is. So we want that just so that we're able to fast travel to this area again in the future. I have not, Andy. I have not played around with any of the other aspects of Jaheira or Minsk. I tend not to focus on them very much in my playthroughs. They can have specific powerful builds, but since they can't use tadpoles in the late game, which is when you normally, end up recruiting them, they're just not nearly as useful as some of the others. But they do have a lot of active voice lines and things like that, which are impressive for all of the permutations that Larian has played out here in the game. So let's fast travel back up to Baldur's Gate. Now we're going to take our long rest.
I mean, yes, mostly. Why did you stop queuing?
Actually, let's see. I don't think you get Channel Divinities back. Oh, it is on short rest.
At
What do
least
you
things
know?
have stayed in.
Okay, so I got him back. So we have more than enough action economy here for what we're looking to do. Yeah.
Stop me yet.
Yeah, we should be fine. So let's look at our gear here, because there are a couple things that we're going to need. One is definitely the Darkfire Shortbow. I want the haste ability that comes with the Darkfire Shortbow. The next thing are the two cloaks here, the Cloak of Displacement and the Deathstalker Mantle. I want Astarion to have the Cloak of Displacement to up his chances of avoiding hits. Giving that disadvantage on attack rolls is going to be necessary for him because he doesn't have the highest armor class. I mean, it's high, don't get me wrong, it's just not the highest. And we're going to be putting him in a fairly dangerous situation. If it doesn't work out well and he gets attacked and he fails a save on it, I'm still going to be able to help him out. It's just going to put me at a little bit more of a disadvantage on trying to get that best outcome. But the Cloak of Displacement is going to help him deal with that. I don't really need the invisibility that goes along with the Deathstalker Mantle, so I'm going to swap that out. So the Darkfire Shortbow, the Cloak of Displacement on Astarion. Now there's a few other things that you're going to need from an action economy standpoint. The first are Potions of Speed. I have 10 of them. I have the Boots of Speed, but I'm not going to be utilizing those during this for bonus actions to dash or anything like that. But Potions of Speed, you're going to need at least 6 of them. through this. And it's very important that you have 6. 3 of your characters are going to be drinking them, and they're going to last for 3 turns. You're going to be down there for 4 turns, and you cannot have that lethargic condition impact your run. So you're going to have to refresh the potions of speed at a very specific time while you're going through this. So you need to have at least 6. The other thing that makes this helpful are scrolls of dimension door. Now I have 11 of them, and that's more than enough. I think I normally use somewhere around 4 or 5 maybe while I'm down here. But having them is a huge help to be able to get some of the short-legged individuals through to the spots that you need them to get to. Okay. So that's the preparations. Looks like we have everything that we need. So let's go ahead and head down here. And we will start making our way through this. And like I say, we'll kind of see how well this goes today, but I expect we're going to be okay. We'll head down to the dock here where we've already been. And that makes it nice with getting our channel divinities back, because I don't have to drink any more elixirs here.
It's all right. I've been worse.
Let's get the cargo sorted for unloading. Sprightly now.
I'm not sure, honestly. It's been a couple of
Okay, I'm going to come up here to the corner.
No, oil. Leading right inside.
Okay, and that perception check lets you, it's kind of a hint about what you're looking for. Because if you go to your quest journal, she was killed by a nauseous, polluting beast around Grey Harbor. So finding that there was oil that's leading in here kind of, gives you that same type of clue. I'm going to move back a little bit here, and I'm going to split my group and just kind of get everybody back.
Sneak, sneak.
Before they tighten the blockade.
quietly now.
Starian's going to lockpick this door. The citizens here you don't have to worry about. It's a pretty high DC. Oof. Just barely passed it. Okay, and now I'm going to open this door and I'm going to move back immediately afterward, because there's no telling how they're going to be facing in here.
They won't see me coming.
And then I'm going to enter turn-based mode once I get in here. Okay, so we'll start this off, and I'm not going to use my key points here. I'm going to start with a bonus action, though. Okay, I am on Psychic. I didn't check that beforehand. Okay, he's resonating key, but he's not going to be close enough to anybody. So I'm going to head down to this one here.
With finesse.
And I'm on a resonating key punch here. Okay, I'm going to resonating punch bonus action here. I'm going to resonating punch here.
Break them.
And now let's see who I can get in this blast. Perfect.
Bit of caution never hurt. These boots have seen everything. Think you can take me on?
Okay, we're going to reapply Hex here first.
What do I have to lose?
Perfect. And then let's see if I can actually get a ranged attack here. I can from there. Oh, of course.
Ready for some good news. Shh.
All right.
What's that? Here we go.
Oh, please stop with the pathing. Okay, so the wargs here are going to have warg fangs, which are for
Anything of
elixirs
use?
of bloodlust. So you definitely want to go through and pick up all of these.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I don't think I can cast Speak with the Dead on the goblin here, but even if we can't, it will get it out.
The corpse has no.
Yeah. And what you're looking for is actually right here. Okay, there's a hidden hatch here that leads you down into the basement. Okay, now down here there are a few... Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So down here there are a few things that you can search.
Well,
There's nothing extraordinarily important down here in any of these cogwheels and that sort of stuff. You can pick up if you want. I don't think we have a whole lot of need for gold anymore, so I'm not going to pick up a lot of heavyweight things down here.
Yes, please. Hardly a challenge.
And we have some plans for the underwater facility. And this lets you know that there's an underwater research facility that was atop Saravok's Iron Throne headquarters. And that's where we're going to end up going today.
Step lightly.
So down this way, you have a lot of cells and that sort of stuff. You can, like I say, do some exploration in here. There's not anything that's really worthwhile in any of these.
Interesting.
We can head up a ladder and do a little looking around. And we are going to have some metal trunks up here that we can unlock. Some more arrows. The arrow of transposition is actually really nice, and the potions of supreme healing are actually going to become useful today. And there's another note in here that you can read that you learn a little bit more about what's going on down here, and that there are Gondians that are being used as labor down here in this thing. And fly is
All's
just
well that ends.
so very good.
Not as bad as it could have. Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Okay, now here you're going to find a piece of infernal iron. If you're still short, there is another piece
Have
of
to
it
keep
down
going.
here. Then you get access to the subaquatic dock. Now, the dock here has Red Hammer the Divisor in it, and you want to talk to him. He's non-hostile. You don't have to worry about him. But you are going to have some checks to make with him as far as persuasion and that sort of stuff goes. And some of them are a little bit sporty. So I'm going to... shapeshift. Get Markerless Shifter active. Now there are trunks and crates and that sort of stuff that you can search in here. There's nothing extraordinarily important. So we're going to go over here and we're going to talk to Red Hammer.
Oi! What's this? You ain't supposed to be down here, mate.
You spot a curious metal contraption in the water. A submersible.
The only port in this whole bleeding city that matters. Now, why are you here? Did Gortash send you?
Okay, and here's the deception checks that you have to make to start off with. That doesn't bode well for my rolls down in the Iron Throne.
No one tells me anything. Last I heard, Lord Gortash handles this port's inspections personally. Anyway, if you're in charge of the waterways, you've got a lot of work to do. Those Umberly servants are making the trip to the Iron Throne damn near deadly. Bloody salt is always flopping around in the water. I've almost hit one or two now. Might have even nicked one off the port bow the other day. Maybe that'll teach them to keep out of the way.
So now you learned what the poisonous, nauseous beast was that killed Holly. She was hit by Red Hammer in the submersible. So we're going to deal with this on our way out, not on our way in.
You're testing me. All right. It's an underwater prison. most secure in the realms. Myself and Cap are the only ones who can make it there in one piece. Lord Gortash keeps some Gondians there. Collateral to keep those working in the Steelwatch Foundry under control. Do you now? Boss never sends anyone that away but prisoners.
Okay, and now we have some other checks here that we can make, and we're going to go with persuasion here.
Oh, the Jableda's on you. Look, I don't want any trouble, but I know old Gortash is up to some mad shit in there. I'll take you in, but look, there's some bad shit going down in there. You don't want to get involved. Neither did I, but it was them or me. I'll get Cat warmed up. Get in when you're ready.
Okay, and you're going to get an autosave here. And once you get in here, you're going to be locked into a course of events. And we're going to see that play out. But there's another point at which the submersible is going to dock at the Iron Throne that you have a chance to prepare. So you don't need to be fully buffed up and spelled up and all that sort of stuff. At this point, you're going to get another opportunity down there to do that, but you're not going to be able to come back and get things after you're here. So make sure you have everything that you need when you go in here. And I'm just making sure I'm going through my notes. Yes, let's make sure. I'm pretty sure we have it, but let's just make sure.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
We need Sanctuary. We need Shadowheart to have Sanctuary, and it is best if she has Call Lightning and her level 6 spell slot to be able to throw it. Okay. If she has those, it's going to make things substantially easier throughout this. So, but make sure you have Sanctuary. That is a must-have.
Everything is clear.
So let's go see how this plays out.
Let's see.
No, I don't need any powder barrels for this. I don't need any explosives. This is purely about my action economy. And it's not even really about killing enemies. I think we're going to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sahagin, maybe 6. But we're going to avoid combat with a bunch more of them. And you'll kind of see how this plays out. It's really about using our actions and our bonus actions to help free the hostages and move them where we need them to go. Okay, so let's go down the submersible hatch and we'll see what happens.
Aren't you the intrepid little adventurer, digging and diving where you don't belong? The Iron Throne, a ruin from the city's dark past that could become a template for a brighter future. It is a most useful tool for motivating my Gondian workforce, key to the construction of the Steelwatch that keep the city safe. But like all tools, the moment it ceases to be useful, I will break it. Thanks to your trespassing, that moment may have come. Return to the docks, or the deaths of everyone inside will be on your conscience.
How many people are trapped within? How many lives will be lost?
That was a mistake. When the corpses start to wash up on the shore, remember, you could have prevented all of this.
Okay, and now here we are in the submersible, and like I say, we are red bordered here. We can't fast travel out, and I'm gonna move
They
everybody
should all be
back
running.
a little bit. And I'm going to take a potion of speed. I'm gonna put it on Shadowheart here.
I'm ready.
And I'm going to have Shadowheart throw this. On the ground. Right here.
Must lug my guts through this hell.
And then I'm going to have my bard cast haste on herself. And then when we do that, I'm going to immediately switch back to Shadowheart, have Shadowheart run into the potion of speed, and then click on the metal hatch. Okay, I'm not worried about it because the haste here is 10 turns. I'm not going to be down there longer than 4. So I'm not worried about the haste running out while I am ticking through all of this.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Halt.
A cold, suckering wetness grasps at your mind. A voice, familiar to you from the Underdark, wraps itself around your brain.
You must act with haste. Duke Ravenguard is held within these walls. He must be extracted. Normally, I would find your people's lust for pleasantries amusing. Unfortunately, we have no time. There are many hostages here. Duke Ravenguard, chief among them. He needs your help. Do not concern yourself with me. The city will be best served if you save Duke Ravenguard. Duke Ravenguard is held in the security wing. Be careful. There are many hazards. This structure is collapsing. Act with speed. Act with efficiency. Good luck.
Okay, and that's going to kick this thing off. Now, Shadowheart has 2 turns of hastened remaining. That means that at the end of next turn, I need to be drinking another potion of speed with her. The other 2, Astarion and Karlach, are going to have 3 turns remaining. So we're going to watch those countdown timers very, very carefully as we go through this. I have 9 turns of haste. Like I say, I'm not going to be here that long. And I'm just going to have to make sure that I refresh these here. Okay. So for the movements here, you need to, like I say, there are a certain minimum number of actions that you have to take here. Whether it be unlocking cells, whether it be looting certain things, opening doors, or closing doors. It's all about maximizing 1, your actions, and 2, your movement. And somebody asked me whether, in the comments on one of my videos, whether I thought the fly from the tadpole was a useful thing in the end game, or if it was just a power boost. For this, it is absolutely necessary if you want to try and get the best outcome. If you just want to complete it, it might not be necessary. But if you want the best outcome, it is absolutely critical that you have it. And Ravenguard is here. And I'm going to head my Bard toward Ravenguard. Okay? Now, to do this, I have 2 actions, and I'm going to spend my first one dashing. And I'm going to fly down here, and we're going to get into combat. The first Sahagins behind me, and I'm going to time this fly with this Sahagin moving toward me. Okay, so I'm going to fly around behind him. And I'm going to execute my first attack here. Now, this is a Sahagin champion. So I'm going to trigger Luck of the Far Realms. Okay, I've got 20 hit points left. I'm not going to take a chance here on this. On this Divine Smite, I need it to be big to definitely kill him. So I'm just going to upcast this all the way to level 4. Okay, then I'm going to fly to the next one.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Okay, and get rid of him. So now I have cleared the way here of Sahagin, and I'm not going to get any more Sahagin reinforcements in here. There aren't any more. It is only these. Okay, so I'm going to leave that movement there for now. Okay. And I'm going to go to Astarion. And this is where having 2 bonus actions is incredibly helpful, because to drink a potion of speed, it needs a bonus action. You can see down at the bottom, it needs a bonus action to do it, and I still have a bonus action remaining. Okay, I'm going to use that. One of his... I'm going to use his bonus action to dash. His second bonus action to dash. Now, he is going to head this way. I'm going to head down behind the ladder. And I'm just going to fly as far as I can. It's going to bring me into combat with 2 Sahagin here, and I'm immediately going to turn around and I'm going to shoot that lever to close the door. And there's a very specific reason for that. Okay, so I don't want to get into reaction range of him, but I do want to move over here. And now I'm going to fly to this chest. And you see, I can fly over the top of the wall. This is the other benefit of fly, is it takes some unusual pathing here. The game treats these rooms as not having a roof on them for some reason. So I do not have to spend an action clicking a lever. I can just fly directly over the wall. And I can loot this chest. Now, there's nothing really in here. It's the next chest that you can fly right to as well. That has the high security vault number 6 key in it. So now I'm going to fly out here. And I'm going to use my second shot here to open this door. Okay, now I don't have much movement left. So I'm going to use my action to dash. And I'm going to move up and get into combat with these two. Okay? But that's all of my actions there.
Now this is my happy place.
So, Karlak. Gonna use her first bonus action. Okay, remember she is partial rogue, so she has a cunning action dash. Okay, and she is going to be moving this way here. He's going to fly over here next to the chair. He's going to use an action to help Santeria here. Release her from her restraints. She's going to open this door and release the prisoner here. And then she's going to fly here, and she's going to get into combat with another Sahagin, possibly. But she's going to fly into the room with Omeluum. And she's going to action search to get a third action and use that to help Omeluum. And with the last of her movement, she's going to move right next to Omeluum. Okay. So the last person here is Shadowheart. Okay, now she already has a haste potion here. So she is just going to drop down to the base of the ladder here. Make sure which way she's headed. This way. So she'll kind of head down to this side. And when she gets down here, we need to get rid of this Sahagin here. So she's going to drop a level 6 Call Lightning on him, and to guarantee this kill, she's going to use a Channel Divinity charge. Or Destructive Wrath. That deals max damage. Okay, and now she's going to use her second action to unlock... Make sure. Yes. She's going to use her ranged attack here to unlock Ravenguard. Okay, now Ravenguard is going to become active, and he's targetable, so he's controllable by us. Okay, and because we dropped that speed potion on the ground up there, instead of having her drink it, she has her bonus action still available to her, and she's going to use that bonus action to cast Sanctuary on Ravenguard. Okay. And now with the last of her movement, she no longer needs to be here. So with the last of her movement, I'm just gonna bring her backwards.
I won't
End
give
her
in.
turn. For my bard. We're going to stay. We're going to move back a little bit. Be somewhere back here. And end her turn. For Astarion, he's done. He's going to take 3 attacks here, more than likely. He's going to take probably, well, he might take 2, but more than likely 3 attacks here. And I'm hoping that the Cloak of Displacement helps avoid those, the attacks. Karlak is done right now. We're going to wait on what she is going to do for next turn. And we'll let the Sahagin go. So he threw a net, and he got him. Crap. That Cloak of Displacement did nothing on that. So I'm gonna have to go free him. That's not necessarily a problem. I can do it. It's just a pain.
As I can, but
okay, so let me go back and look because I'm curious. Okay, so he actually hit. It doesn't list the attack roll that hit him, but he somehow hit him with disadvantage on that attack and an 18 armor class. So, unfortunately, that didn't work out. So now, Omeluum, since he's free, has a special ability. Teleport to Submersible. Now, this is a specialized version of Dimension Door. It allows him to teleport one person that's within melee range of him, not to somewhere within sight, but back to the submersible itself. Okay, and now Omeluum I'm not going to use again. I'm just going to move him out of the way. She is the only NPC down here that you really need to save, and she will automatically save herself. There's very little chance that if you kill that Sahagin that's down there at the bottom, there's very little chance that anybody else is going to be, or that she's going to be hurt or kept from escaping on the first turn. Okay, so now for Ravenguard. Now that he has Sanctuary, okay, remember, we made a deal with Mazora here, right? To leave him behind. And Mazora is going to be a little bit upset about that. But it's important here with Ravenguard that you jump him out of here as far as you can.
Well, look who it is. I was hoping you'd bound along. A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Mia Furia. Kneel for me. If only Will were here to see this. This is what he wanted, after all. Now, stand back and enjoy the show.
And that's going to spawn 6 spiders here. Now, they're going to get a chance to go. But because they can't target Ravenguard, they're not going to do anything. And that's why Sanctuary is important. If you cannot cast Sanctuary on your first turn, then
Survival is all that matters.
if you can't cast Sanctuary on your first turn, then don't release Ravenguard until you cast Sanctuary on him. Because the spiders are going to get a turn to go, and they will come up next to Ravenguard and blow up. Now, you can heal him if you would like, but there's no point in doing it if you can get Sanctuary off. Okay? So, now for me here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my actions to dash. I'm going to fly next to Ravenguard. I'm going to use my other action to help him up, because otherwise he's going to be stuck in place for a turn with that fiendish obeisance kneel, and I don't want him to miss a turn. Okay. And now that that's done, I can use the rest of my movement to head to another direction. And that direction is over here with Astarion. Okay, now Astarion is ensnared, and I can't move when he's in that condition. Okay, now Shadowheart is going to... Now, Shadowheart, this is her last turn of being hastened, so I need to make sure that I drink a speed potion using her bonus action at the end of this turn. And you'll kind of see why that matters here. And I'm going to head her down this way. Be able to see them both? Yes, I can. Okay, and you want to leave a path for these two to continue running straight. And now I need to kill these two. They're down at the end of the action order behind these two gnomes, but I need to get rid of them. So I'm going to drop a Call Lightning and Destructive Wrath again. And that's going to kill them both. Now they're going to keep spawning here as I go through this. But again, I'm not too worried about what's going to happen here. I'm just going to be holding the line a little bit, and she's going to get some help. as we go through this. Now, she has a second action, but she can't see any of the other Sahagin here. So there's the nearest one is down here around the corner.
Oh my word.
Okay, now Karlach can get back into this fight. Right, and she's going to cunning action dash. Whoops, and I need, don't forget, with Shadow Hurt here. Now what this is going to do is once you've exhausted all of a character's actions, as soon as you drink a speed potion, it's going to make you lethargic for one turn, but if you've taken it at the end of your turn, it's going to wear off at the beginning of your next turn. So that's going to refresh it, but it immediately makes her lethargic. You can see up there at the top. And it ends her turn, but that lethargic is going to wear off at the beginning of her next turn. So it's like she didn't lose anything at all. But you have to make sure you take it at the end of your turn. So now Karlach is going to dash. We're going to head down the metal hatch, and we're going to fly down here. Okay, and she is going to open that door and open that door. Okay. And now I'm going to move her to down here. The same place as everybody else right now. And I'm going to now spend her second bonus action to frenzy.
What to do it?
And you'll see why I'm moving everybody in here in a second. Okay, so 2 turns left and 2 turns left. So we're fine there.
Another fight. Let's go.
And for me, I don't have anything else that I can really do here. There are some other things that I can do, but nothing that's really going to end any of these threats or anything like that here. So, just going to end my turn.
I'm ready.
Now for Astarion, I cannot open these up. If I open these up, the 2 Sahagin that are in here, who are next in the initiative order, are going to attack the gnomes. Okay? So I can't do that. I'm anxious to know if Misty Cloud would get rid of the ensnared condition. That's interesting. Let's get our actions first. I don't think arrows of many targets will reach there, but I'll try one anyway. I did. Okay. And I doubt I can hit him directly. I can't. But I'm anxious to know... I mean, theoretically, if I was a dungeon master at tabletop, this would work. I don't think it's going to work here, though. But we'll see. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So... it should. But it's not going to. Okay. So... for this hunter, I still have my reaction.
Time to push my luck again.
I might be able to open this one up. You know what? Why don't we open it up anyway? Okay. If he moves away to try and go attack them, maybe I get an attack of opportunity, and maybe I can kill him. And I definitely can't shoot this one over here. Yep. Okay, so he went after me. That's perfectly fine. Now these Sahagan are trapped in here. Normally you would have to kill them, but they don't know to use the lever. They just attack the door trying to get out, and the door has the sturdy trait, and they can't cause enough damage to break through it. Okay, so Omeluum I'm going to leave up here. Well, I mean, I can take him down there, just in case, because there may be an opportunity for him to help on something. So we're going to take him down, we're going to move him out of the way over here. The problem that you run into now is a pathing issue. If a gnome ends their turn right here, none of the other gnomes are going to come up the ladder. And if one stops at the base of the ladder, none of them are going to come up the ladder. And that can become a problem. So I guess I'll keep Omeluum down here to teleport any of the gnomes that end their turn in there before they get a chance to clog up the works. Okay, now for Ravenguard, it's the same set of actions every time. We're going to dash first with his action. We're going to jump with his bonus action, and we're going to run him as far as he will go.
will survive. He will.
And for the most part, the spiderlings are just going to sit there. As long as Ravenguard is not in the submersible, they are not going to move.
Go! Run! I can make it.
Aye, a chance. Quick.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. Why they dashed and then it turned in. And see, this is what I mean about the randomness of it. Sometimes their movements just don't work for some reason. There's no reason to explain it at all. They all dashed and then they just moved like a foot and their turn ended. It makes no sense. I've seen these come out of here and they'll stop right here. Even though they could, or two of them will stop here and the third one will run all the way up here. And it's not because they're gnomes. They're all gnomes. So it's very, very strange. I do not know why it does that sort of stuff, but I'm probably going to end up losing some gnomes here. We'll see how we want to deal with this. So the first thing to do, though, is to get rid of the Sahagin Hunter. Okay, we're going to use our second action to open up this door. Okay, and I'm going to fly over here next to one of these two. And I'm going to use a Dimension Door Scroll. Take them as far up here as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to fly back in here, and I'm going to stay out of the way so that I'm not in their path. Okay, because you don't want to have any of your characters left in their pathway. Alright, that's going to become a problem.
Ready for another round?
So for Karlach, we're going to have to start getting them out of here at this point. And so I'm going to fly... over here. I'm going to grab a gnome. Why can't she? Oh, because she's frenzied? No. It shouldn't matter. Oh, she can't cast spells when she's frenzied. Okay, can I grab this one? I can. And again, I want to get my characters kind of out of their pathways here. I can't reach the next one to teleport them. Okay, now Karlach, the end of her turn, I need to drink another speed potion here with her. And that's immediately going to end her turn, and she's going to be lethargic until the next turn. Okay, now Shadowheart is going to have to deal with more Sahagin. So we got a champion back there, and we have a regular Sahagin here. So what we're going to actually do, I think, is... this is going to be interesting. Let's do this instead. I didn't plan for this, but let's set this smoke powder bomb on the ground here. is it? Okay, it's right there. Let's see if I can blow that up and close this door. Outstanding. So now these Sahagin are trapped in here. They're trapped inside of that whole area, so they can't get out, and I don't have to worry about fighting them now. I didn't plan for that, but with the lowered action economy that I have because Astarion got trapped, I'm going to try and get Shadowheart over here to try and help out with the evacuation. Okay, so none of the others will be coming, but I'll put him a little bit away from the ladder. Okay, I forgot he teleports right next to me. And we'll just fly back that way a little bit to get ready for some more. Now she still has 2 turns left on hers. Okay, Astarion does not, so we need to save one of his bonus actions to take a speed potion, but we are going to use one to dash. He's going to fly in here. Dimension door this gnome. Out here, fly back to this side. Can't see in there very well. Get him up here. And then I'm going to fly back and kind of clear the area. Okay, now for him, remember I need to take a speed potion. That's going to end his turn. Okay, so for my bard, that's pretty much it as well.
Need to act fast.
For Shadowheart, that's it as well. So they're stuck. Okay. So I don't think that there's anything I really need to do with it, but I will get him out of the way. And again, I'll move out of the way over here so that I'm not in their pathways. Ravenguard is going to do the same thing. Dash. And now as soon as I move him onto the submersible, this door, or the spiders are going to come after me. And I'm just going to move him back out of the way. But the spiders are also taking damage at the end of every turn. And they tend to stay down there at that end.
We're nearly there. We can make it. Get running, lads. We might be rid of this shite hole yet.
And yeah, you see there some of the gnomes dashed, some of them didn't. Some of them didn't move hardly at all. I mean, there's a randomness to this that I honestly do not get. I just don't. It's rather strange. I don't know how to explain it, but this gnome here is going to be clogging up the ladder, so I'm going to have to use Omeluum to go down and get rid of Phoenix here, because otherwise the gnomes won't climb the ladder. They'll just go stand right over here. It's a royal pain. Like I say, I don't know why sometimes these things do what they do, but they are what they are. Okay, so Shadowheart has one turn left. So I need to make sure that she takes a speed potion at the end of this turn. Oh, I think... I'll get the last gnome here, up here. And I'll actually do it again. Okay, and I'll just move out of the way. And then for Astarion, Astarion can dash. Okay, and he's going to be done. Karlak is still down here, right? Yes. So he's now done.
What now?
My bard is done. Karlak and dash. And then I'll move her out of the way. Now she still has 2 turns left.
can't give up.
Now, Shadowheart. We can just move up into the submersible, I think. Yeah, I think we can. So we'll fly Shadowheart here. And we'll just move her towards the back.
Got to press on.
And she's gonna go lethargic after this, but it doesn't matter.
My turn.
And Karlak, let me just take one last look around. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is it depends very much on who goes in what order here, but I'm going to try and clear this out so that they can all make it up there this turn. But we'll see if that works out or not. Sometimes this pathing is really, really weird with them. Okay, so let's get Omeluum to head down here. And we'll remove this gnome. Back to the submersible. Clear the ladder. And then I'll just move Omeluum into the bag. Because he's done. Ravenguard is done. The spiders are going to keep moving my way, but they shouldn't be an issue. And let's see what these gnomes do. Because this is the variable, like I say. Okay, so they made it up. So now for me, this is my last turn. So I just need to get everybody back to the submersible.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
It's hot in here.
Okay, and I'm gonna
Blood
just
comes easy these
move
days.
myself. You do not have to hit the control wheel here. You don't have to do that. I'm going to end my turn here, and it should trigger a cutscene.
This is gonna feel good.
Do you lose a character if you don't make it back? They do die. They wash up on the shore down by Old Garlow's place, I think, and can be resurrected. Yeah. Gortash even mentioned that in his speech, that bodies are going to be washing up on the shore. So they can be resurrected. As long as one person makes it out, you'll succeed on the mission. Okay, so this should be the last two. But closing the doors, this is what I mentioned earlier, we're not going to fight a lot of the Sahagin. We're going to let them do their own thing. Okay, so that went pretty well. We had to do some improvising with Dimension Door. We used more scrolls than I anticipated just because of their random movement, but I had mentioned that before. It was a possibility. But yeah, don't fight the Sahagin. Lock them in to the various wings so that they can't get out. It'll save you a lot of action economy.
Calmness greets you as the submersible slows to a halt. Unlike the Iron Throne, you remain intact. It seems most of the hostages from the throne share your fate. Duke Ravenguard approaches you, looking confused.
He's tackled, but under my protection now, just like you. His mind is his own again.
I'm free. In my own mind again, wholly. I will not take it for granted. You acted quickly, decisively, and compassionately. I, nay, all of us owe you no less than our undying gratitude. The Absolute. Its voice was clear as crystal. Beautiful as a nymph's smile. It showed me the darkest lies and convinced me of their truth. To be free is like knowing the sun's warmth on my face for the first time. My thoughts are my own now, and my purpose certain. I will wait at your camp. We can speak more there.
Gods, we made it.
Okay, so we'll wait for all the lethargics to...
All right, we're good to go. Say goodbye to Cap. Come up the hatch when you're ready.
wear off.
What's cooking? Nothing hurts anymore.
Okay, and we are going to group everybody up and we're going to head up the Iron Ladder. And you can see we're full of gnomes here. Everybody made it out. Safe and sound. So we're all good here. And Omeluum's with us. Ravenguard's with us. So let's pop out and we're going to have another cutscene we're going to have to deal with up here. And Obelia Tubin's here. We can talk to her real quick.
I can't thank you enough. I was certain that place was to be my cold, wet tomb. There were so many of us scattered through that place. To save so many it was brilliant. Just brilliant. We were kept hostage to control our families and the Steel Watch Foundry. To keep them building Gortash's death machines. Please. They need to know what happened here. They have no reason to obey Gortash anymore. If they rebel, it'll put a dent in Gortash's steel might.
And this is the only person who really needs to escape from the gnomes. And that's why she is, like I say, almost guaranteed to escape. She was the first one to board the submersible. She's right down at the base of the ladder almost. So as soon as her turn hits, she runs up the ladder. And there's a reason for that. She is here to advance the storyline.
God smiles on me this day. Thank you.
Okay, so now we will go up the ladder.
You were to administer Umberlee's justice. Instead, you conspire with the abomination. He who sickened the harbor with blood so black the sea itself chokes.
Gods, they're nuts. You have to help me.
Step out of the way. Protect him, and Umberlee will swallow you whole.
Okay, now we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him go, or we're gonna let them take him. There's no lasting effects one way or another, but you'll see here.
What? Mate, you've got to be kidding.
Come quietly. The Sea Queen will judge you.
I surrender, all right. You wouldn't hurt a harmless man, right? And you, thanks for nothing, prick.
And that's because we get a reward here. We get the Wave Mother's Robe. So, having resistance to fire and cold damage is okay, but this is part of the watery set. So if the wearer is standing in a watery service at the start of their turn, they heal 1d4 hit points, and it allows you to cast Create or Destroy Water once per short rest. But again, not something that we're going to be utilizing, and it's interesting this is still showing up down here. I'm not sure why. Some things have bugged out, it looks like. See if it'll go away. It won't. So we may just have to deal with it. But it is a cool looking piece of equipment too. It is a cool looking armor set as well. Okay, and we can again talk to Omeluum. All the gnomes have made their way out and are standing around here in various places. But none of them have anything in particular to say.
Another step forward.
Okay, so that worked out pretty well. And we got an update to the Gather Your Allies quest. So Duke Ravenguard is now with us in the final battle. We have rejected Gortesh's bargain here because we went to save them, and there's no longer an alliance with him. Now that is completed Avenge the Drowned, but it has also kicked on the Save the Gondians quest. So now that we release the hostages from the Iron Throne, our adventure through the Steel Watch Foundry is going to be a little different because they no longer have the hostages to worry about. And we have retrieved Omeluum. We're going to go talk to him here in a second and see what he's up to. Say Vanra was last week. Okay. Hey, Dave, welcome. Good to see you. And now we are no longer red bordered, so we can fast travel out of here. And thinking about where I need to go. I think Heapside Strand is closest.
The broadsheet's gone to pot ever since I left. Would you throw one of them?
Oh.
Please. Size of a steel watcher. We'll just stand here until you remember the way, shall we?
No. It is not.
It's obvious, isn't it?
But we can make our way back around the back of Sorcerer Sundries here, so it's not that big a deal. We're gonna go right over here. No. We're not. We're gonna go right over here. So it's Baldur's Gate that's the closest.
These clanking great steel watchers. Bloody hate them. No matter what the mouth says.
Safest place in the city.
We're gonna go right here. Because this is the lodge. You can see we got a quest marker in here. And Blurg and now Omeluum are both here. You can talk to Havkalag here and learn a little bit more about a previous quest.
Ah, a surface dweller. You find yourself in the cradle of all knowledge relating to the Underdark. The Society of Brilliance. Tell me, what can the Society do for you? Yes, dear Lady Esther, one of our most reliable contractors. Though unfortunately, this particular request was too much even for her. I don't suppose you've stumbled across any Githyanki eggs during your travels. The Society will compensate you for any we purchase, of course.
So you can get another opportunity to sell the egg here. We're not going to, and I don't know why it says continue here. Starting to think things are a little bit bugged out. Because I don't want to sell the egg. It normally has 3 or 4 options here.
Study it, of course.
Yeah.
The Githyanki have
It's a
been a
little
source
bugged
of
out, it
great
seems.
debate
The game
in the
seems to be
society
weirding out a little
circles
bit.
in recent months. You are no doubt aware that citizens of the Underdark are held in great suspicion by those who live above ground. Many believe us to be evil. The Githyanki face similar prejudice, but I believe if hatched in a less violent, more intellectually stimulating environment, the child can overcome its evil predispositions. In the literal sense, I will need to induce the egg to hatch via the application of certain currents to the creature inside. Once out of the shell, I plan to take a twofold approach. The enforced repetition of sound, moral principle from the Patarian Code, alongside a series of psionic pulses administered to the cerebral tissue. Assuming I can accelerate its growth, I should have conclusive findings within a year or 2 at the most.
I'm going to skip out of this dialogue here and not let you see the rest of it. Just because I'm afraid of getting that bug again and I get locked into selling it and I don't want to sell it.
Then I will source another subject and the experiment will be completed without your involvement. Progress may be delayed, but I assure you, it can never be stopped.
Okay, and since I'm a little worried about this, I'm going to actually restart this. Because I want to make sure that while on honor mode, I'm not getting any glitched out stuff here. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to quit this and take a couple of seconds and restart it. So the screen will go black here for a second, but I will be still with you as I restart this. So give me just a second. Sorry if you heard a little beep there when it restarts. Should be restarting now. And this is just out of an abundance of caution here. I don't want a glitched out game to be affecting my honor mode run, so Shouldn't take all that long to restart here. And we'll just continue. Thanks for the patience. Like I say, just an abundance of caution here, and we'll continue on and go talk to Omeluum here in a second. So the Iron Throne did work out pretty well. The gnomes caused me some problems, and the unfortunate attack that landed on Astarion with the net threw another wrinkle in it. You can complete that totally done with everybody out in 4 turns. Honor mode gives you 5 to do it, but you can do it in 4. With Astarion kind of crippled down there for a little bit, like I say, threw a little monkey wrench into things, but we worked through it. And we'll head up here, and here's Omeluum and Blurg.
I should speak up.
Nope. I'm going to get rid of my shapeshift. And now Omeluum and Blurg have 100% reputation with us, or approval with us.
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravenguard. That you also saved me was unexpected. I too feel some warmth at your presence. Your inclination to generosity is an admirable quality, one I wish to reciprocate. Blurg and I have consulted on the matter of your reward. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, our influence there remains negligible. Instead, we have selected a series of items from the Society's vaults. Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right that I do my part in helping you defeat it, or at least improving your odds.
Okay, and for that, we're going to get a bag here that will open up. But we can, and yeah, we might as well open it up now. It's here. And various potions. We get one of our Dimension Door scrolls back, and a Fungal Bamboozler, which is like an AoE befuddle grenade, and that sort of stuff. Now we can talk to Blurg.
Omeluum tells me I have you to thank for its safe return. We know the risks when we go out into the field, but to lose my friend in such a way would have been most disheartening. If there's any conclusion to be drawn from this, I think it's that Omeluum and I are safest back in the Underdark. Our research there must continue. We may not be able to fight on the front lines as you do, but we may yet do some good for those who call it home. We'll depart when this absolute army is defeated. I understand you are involved in the matter. I hope our gifts will provide you with some meaningful assistance in fighting the evil Omeluum uncovered. Do let us know how you get on.
Okay, and now we can trade with him. This is going to give us a chance to offload a bunch of that stuff. We have full approval with him. Don't need the empty bag. Don't need the poisoned apple. Don't need the cleaver. And this is stuff from Auntie Ethel's place. Oh, and Karlak, did I forget to put your helmet back on throughout all of that? Probably. Okay, so we'll just finish offloading the rest of this. Keeping the crafting ingredients. Andy. Taking every opportunity we have to rack up those mistakes, I see. Yeah, well done. Well done. Okay, so that should be about it. Let's quickly make sure. Oh, one more. Okay, so we can see if he has anything that we want to buy. Doesn't look like it. All the rest of the stuff down here is stuff that we had sold him previously or chose not to buy, like the Baneful. So yeah, we don't need anything else. Alright. Okay, so let's take stock of our action economy here. Okay, so we're pretty good here. Karlak's out of rage charges, which isn't great.
No time to dally.
Shadow Art's down to 1 level 6 spell slot, and Astarian's full. I think we can deal with a little bit of combat here at this point.
On my way.
So let's go over to the Steelwatch Foundry. Yeah, Andy, the Tarnished Ring is actually one of 2. That was the second one that I found. If you remember, there was a ringless gem and a gemless ring. When you put those two together in your inventory and you merge them, they make a tarnished ring. It's the same thing as this. This is just a fully put together one. It doesn't do anything for us other than allow it to be sold. I remembered it and thought I needed to keep it, but then I remembered why. It was familiar to me, and it's because it's the sellable version of what you end up with at the end. So there was no need for me to keep it. So we're gonna head down here to the backside of the Steelwatch Foundry.
I've fished these waters my whole life.
Please don't walk on top of that. Because when you do, for some stupid reason, you get stuck.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Mind, never quiet. Another step
I
forward.
wonder what the over-under is on how many times I've said the word pathing in this playthrough.
Wanna dance? Where to?
There's no time to waste. We've got to keep moving.
What a day. Moving.
Of course they do. They're fish. Very. I'm telling you.
Time for discretion.
Okay, I want to get him to stop.
Now what?
So I can have Astarian lockpick this gate. Okay, it's a pretty high DC. Wow, tried to fail it again. Okay, we'll open it. We'll bring Astarion back. We'll group everybody up. And we'll just head to camp just to be on the safe side. I know normally they don't...
Keeping my head down.
They don't accost you for just picking into that gate or opening it, but there's no reason to take any chances with it either. Okay, so now we're gonna wait.
The water's been grimy as anything recently. Haven't had a clean catch in a 10-day or more. You'll have to wash them all.
Light on my feet.
Larry will never let yourself.
We're gonna move in here behind in turn-based mode. And once everybody's grouped up,
The element of surprise.
we'll come out of turn-based mode and we'll work our way back farther down behind this.
Sneak, sneak.
But this gets us a little extra distance.
Secrecy above all. I see a way. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, so we're gonna exit turn-based mode and we're gonna keep walking down here.
Breathe deep and move.
And we're going to get caught. It is definitely a thing. We just want to get down here as far as we can before we get caught. And this is working out really, really well. We made it a long way down here without getting caught. I'm actually a little surprised it worked out that well. Because we could continue going, but we're not going to. We're going to get into a fight here.
Shall we? Step carefully.
And now they are not susceptible to psychic damage. So we need to make sure that we change him to something else. And we're going to start with a key resonating punch bonus action to start the combat off. Okay. Now we can utilize a... I don't think they can be toppled. Yeah, he's got advantage on dexterity saving throws, so he could be toppled, but he'd have advantage on the check. What's much better is being able to flurry of blows, or to stagger him, or remove his reaction. That's perfect. So where's he at? He's way down there.
Let's move.
And I need to change him back out to the Deathstalker mantle, but let's move everybody down here and away first.
Heating up.
We'll get some throwing attacks here, we might as well. Now this is a large construct, so we're going to be getting an extra 2d8 damage here from Karlach with the Dwarven Thrower.
Got it. That's it.
Over there.
Let's end this.
Might as well see if we can land something going away here. Not really interested in trying to cause a whole lot of damage with her, though.
I can't even catch my breath.
And for me, no. We're just going to move.
Into the bloody fray.
He's gonna dash. Oh, he's gonna jump. Okay. Fine. You want to use your little grapple thing? Go ahead.
Time to move.
Yeah, on constructs, for them, it doesn't make any difference. They're not any more resistant or vulnerable to electricity. If they were, I would certainly be using it, but even so, it would be part of any other elemental type I would use against them. I just don't have, obviously, electricity in manifestation of the whatever, so I'm just swapping to Radiant with him, since he's not resistant to it. I'm going to give him a bonus action punch. Outstanding. So, that's not good. God, I didn't fly up to him like I should have. So you can count that one as a mistake.
I'm ready.
It is a mistake that we can get rid of.
I can feel death's cold grip.
No choice but to keep going.
Okay, so we're now under pursuit protocol. Nothing's gonna find us back here. So we don't have to worry about that. And we're gonna swap out the 2 cloaks. But for the next few turns, we're gonna, every Steel Watcher, if they see us, is going to attack us.
Don't waste a step.
So we kinda wanna lay low a little bit. But again, back here, we don't have to worry about it. Nobody's gonna find us. Oh no. Jeez. Always worries me. That would have been just one of those perfect things where you fall through the gap there and end up getting killed.
These boots have seen everything. Something good
Steel
here, right?
Watchers, you can search, but you're going to come up with Infernal Iron. Now, the iron is high-priced. You can sell it for quite a bit. We just don't need to. And that's an interesting question. Is there a way? I don't think there is. Yeah, there's not enough space to fly to any of these spots. I was just curious if you could make your way around here for something around back or something like that, but no, you can't. Okay, so now the Steel Watcher Foundry. So we're going to
watch your back.
Get Astarion to lockpick
skeleton
this.
Key.
We'll add in guidance here. And we'll open this door and kind of move back out of the way here. Because you can see that we do have an iron console sitting right here. Now, they are not hostile. Okay.
Just like old times.
We're going to go up here and
Need to keep focused.
start this off with a darkness
Need to tread softly.
from Shadowheart. We're going to drop it on top of everybody. Okay. Interesting that that happened. I'll take advantage of it, though.
Delicious. This way.
I can be subtle sometimes. Time to press ahead.
I don't think I'll have enough movement. Oh, I do. Let's see if I can get a mobile flourish here.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
Okay. And I'm not going to react on that. What is happening here? Some weird stuff happening.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Some weird stuff.
Nothing important is ever easy.
So I don't know how he was able to get back up in turn-based mode and walk over here, but we are going to trigger an attack of opportunity from him. It didn't provoke it. He's just broke. I provoke it here? Yes. Oh, geez, he actually hit me. Roll. He rolled a 19. Okay.
This feels good.
So now I've used his reaction. So let's get Astarion down here to go after the Black Gauntlet. He's the one I want to get rid of. And she's now steeped in bliss, so let's change back to Psychic. Okay, that's going to get her motivator out here. Now everybody has an equally bad chance of working the motivator, but let's see if he'll pass the intelligence check. Okay.
And it's off.
Okay, so now we can just work on the rest of them as we go through this.
Attention.
So Karlak, I don't think she can get through there.
can't afford to let up.
Can we reposition this? Probably not.
What a charmer.
So let's just get Karlak. Actually, can I get in through here? Nope. Can't. Let me move up here and see if we can do something. I would like to get her up here. I don't know if I'm going to trigger a high check or not. Oh, I made it. This is going to be epic.
Shadow lag.
This is going to be epic. Okay, so there is a steel watcher above me, or no, above me, it looks like. So I'm gonna kind of watch out for that detection cone. But I'm gonna chuck... Oh, come on. You're killing me, Smalls. There's some piece of hidden structure up there that's keeping me from landing that. Let me see if I can do it over here. Okay, this one I'll be able to get it to work from here. Let's throw the lightning jabber instead. Pretty sure she's going to roll before I'm in initiative, but don't want to take the chance. Path is interrupted. There it is.
Easy.
Okay, yeah, she rolled in front of them.
Easy as.
Should get a kill. Oh, how short are we? 3 hit points. I prefer not to waste all those here, so I can throw here. Yeah, there's all that bonus damage.
Got to focus.
%, 85%.
They're dying for me.
Do I have any movement left?
All of them.
I do. Let's move over here and try and take this attack.
Ready.
Let's have some fun.
Oh, it brought the reinforcements in. I didn't see them. Interesting. Brought a Deva out. Nice, I like their spell selections. That's probably going to kill that Gondian up there. That Dave is probably going to smash this Gondian to bits. Okay. Well, let's see how many we can deal with here.
I've missed this.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I think I'm going to move up here and try and take out the Black Gauntlet. If I can take her out, the Deva goes with it. Oh!
Prinsky's motivation sequence activated.
No! The motivator! Deactivate it! Hurry!
Oh, big time. She is no longer with us, so I'm not going to react to that. Wow, that was a big hit. Yeah. And Call the Weak kicked in to kill her. Nice. Love it. And I am going to take a long rest after this, so I don't think I really care about preserving this.
My faith will protect me.
Well, let's get Shadowheart up here to try and deactivate this. Outstanding.
My heart's about to hammer right out of my chest.
Doesn't have a lot of movement left. Don't think she'll have line of sight or the distance here, but maybe she will. Nope, she won't. I think Guardian Loa here is probably dead, but...
Come on, can't stay idle.
Fuck yes.
Time for a cull.
Well, let's see what we can do here. Come on. Okay, so I think we'll get rid of this iron console here. Okay. So I think we'll throw a second one of those here. And I will put Luck of the Far Realms on this. Managed to kill them both. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that, but it worked out. So he's at half his hit points, unless this guy lands a crit. I don't think it's going to kill him.
Moving.
And I don't think Karlach's going to be able to hit him very well. When she's blinded. But I prefer not to guarantee a hit against the Gondian. Well, what's his armor class? 15. I got a 70% chance. I rolled a 15. Of course. Okay, let's see if he hits. Of course he hits. He just can't seem to miss.
Never a dull moment.
Well, well, well.
Is that blood? No, never mind. I have something to ask.
Did you see what happened? Is my little girl... Is Obedia safe?
You recognize the last name from the Iron Throne.
My heart. I thought her lost. I would give more than just my sight to keep her safe. Our destination is the Neurosita, the nerve center of the Steel Watch. Guide me there, and I'll do the rest.
Okay, I am not going to take him along with me.
Your bomb will most certainly do the trick. Place it directly on the Neurosita, and then run like every fiend of the Nine Hells snaps at your heels.
So Andy asked why not the hammer. The reason that I came down to do that attack is because I cannot throw the hammer into darkness. So I would have had to have Shadowheart release the darkness and then throw the hammer. I wasn't entirely sure I was going to be able to do 49 hit points worth of damage with those two throws because she's out of rage charges and doesn't have any bonus action attacks to be able to use. And I was hoping that with the combination of Blur and him being blinded, that he wouldn't land his attacks. Of course, he just landed his attacks anyway, so I would have been better off dropping the darkness and trying to get the extra damage in and seeing if it could. But I was erring on the side of caution with the defense, and it ended up paying for it a little bit. And yes, Astarion was blinded because he doesn't have the Eversight ring on. He has the ring of, or the Smuggler's ring on. But with his strength being what it is, with it being a 27, his chances of missing even when he was blinded are really low. But now I'm going to take a much needed long rest, so I can go through here and look and see at what's down here. So there's Infernal Maces, which do 3 poison damage as a base and can possibly poison their targets. We've seen one of these before, but if you're doing a poison damage build, this is one of your end game items to have, because it can possibly trigger poison just on hit.
I wonder.
There's a lot of plate mail and all that sort of stuff down here on all of these enemies, so it's well worth it to take the time to go through here and loot all of this stuff for the gold. Now we're going to go around and we're going to pick up a few things. And he's got plenty of carry weight. So the first is the Steel Watcher arm. Okay, we definitely need to pick that up. And you're looking for the... Oh, jeez, come on. You're absolutely killing me. You're looking for these pedestals that indicate that there might be things around, and then we want the targeting module. Okay, and this is a full prototype assembled Steel Watcher. A partially assembled one here. And back here we have a Steel Watcher helmet. Now the Steel Watcher helmet, the wearer cannot be blinded. And this would finally give Karlach an option to be able to see in darkness. Okay? Now this is medium armor. Okay, which means that if she wears it, she's going to lose her +4 armor class bonus from Constitution. Okay, so you see that goes away for her, but she is now not able to be blinded. So she can now walk around and throw her hammer with abandon because she is able to see in darkness now. So you have to wait all the way until this point to get the last item that's going to allow her to see in, or to allow you to see in darkness. Now that we've picked those up, we're going to head up. Am I going to head up here? Yes, I'm going to head up here. Head back this way. I think it's in here is the last piece. The security office is locked.
Must lug my guts through this hell.
A couple turns should do it.
Not me.
What now? Symbol.
I don't think you need to pick up the I don't think you can pick up that leg down there. And either way, I don't think that you need it. I'm looking, I know the last piece that I'm looking for. And I think no, it's not in here. Let's go, let's look around. We're gonna hold left alt as we walk around here. The great sword, you can't wield it. You can pick it up if you want, but you can't wield it.
Making me
There's
sweat.
a mod that lets you wield it, and it's hilarious.
Everything is clear.
Thing is huge.
Well, hello. Don't linger.
Yeah, because I don't think you can pick up the leg. Yeah. And sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now because I'm trying to remember where it is. I thought it was in this room. It might be. And it's just down below me or something.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay. So you pick up the blueprint from here.
Interesting.
Okay, but yeah, I don't have all of the pieces. I don't think. It's the Hellfire Engine crossbow, I believe. No, I think I've got it. I think one of these is the blueprint. I think that's what it is. I think you put the blueprint in. Maybe this is right. It's been a while since I've done this. The Steel Watcher arm and the targeting module. Okay, that worked. Yeah, so it was the blueprint. That was the third piece. Okay, and you put all those things in there and you get the Hellfire Engine crossbow. So it is a heavy crossbow. It's the 1d10 necrotic is coming from Astarion. Again, remember, it's a +2 heavy crossbow, which is nice. However, what really makes this thing pretty nice is that it has reposition malefactor. This is the same thing that we saw executed against Shadowheart outside. You can pull enemies towards you. Now, where this is really useful is when you get enemies up on a high place above you and you shoot them and pull them down off of that cliff towards you. Or if you stand on the opposite side of a chasm and you pull them toward you and they fall into the chasm. So it's a benefit that situationally can be very useful. Lightning Arrow allows you to cast it once per turn. It does a lot of lightning damage. It snakes out with chain lightning is basically what it is. So it does 5d8 to the original target and 3d8 to all the other targets around it. So it's a really nice crossbow to have, but again, not something that with us we're going to be focused on, I don't think.
Hey, good looking.
Carla's got the dead shot for helping with her crit, and this is the Titan string. When he's got the high strength, that matters much more. Okay. And the next part here is to head down into the Steelwatch Foundry. Now, heading down to the Steelwatch Foundry is going to guarantee us a fight right off the bat. No ifs, ands, or buts. So we are definitely going to take a long rest, and we're probably not going to do that fight today. Simply because of the time that it takes. I don't want to get us in a situation where we're halfway through a fight and we're having to spend a lot of extra time going through it. What I will do, though, is go out here and deal with this Steel Watcher, and I'm going to deal with the enemies that are out here as well. So, yeah, this Steel Watcher out here is dead. And we don't have any more. Those were the reinforcements that already got brought in somehow. That was these two right here. Don't know how they managed to do that. Okay. This got me into combat. Somehow. With the Steel Watcher out here. Now this isn't going to work, so I'm not entirely sure what it was doing, because I don't think there's a way up there from in here. I think you have to get up there from the other side. I think you have to get up there from over here. I could be wrong. I've never been on the roof of this place, so I didn't even know there was a steel watcher up there. So I'm just going to try and flee combat.
At the ready.
Oh, I can't flee while I'm in here. That's right. So we're going to dash. We're going to dash again. So we'll dash. We'll dash again. Okay. And we'll just do the same thing, because like I say, I don't even know how to get over there, or how to get up there. I was going to go explore that right at the time when he decided to get into combat with us. Let's see if he can show me how to get down. Alright, so everybody got pursuit protocol for a while, but that shouldn't matter out here. Let's go see if we can, if there's a way to get up on the roof from over there. I don't know if there is. I don't know if this is walkable up here. I've actually never gone that way. Like I say, I've never been on the roof of this place. So now I'm anxious to see if there's a way up there.
Should mind my step.
I've never explored the Steel Watch Foundry very much.
2 reds for Flynn. 1 red. She fell down the stairs and split her chin.
Horrible about that one.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the detection cones here.
Flowers are so overrated. They're bright, gaudy, and almost
Yeah, see, I can't walk out there. There's no way over there, so I wonder. There is a way to get up here like this. Interesting. I have never been up here, so
that should work.
Let's go see what's up here. Why not?
Softer than a whisper.
There he is, right there.
On my way.
See if I can get him when he turns around. If he hopefully turns to his left, he does. Let's enter into turn-based mode and start this off here.
Careful, I bite.
That's kind of crazy. All right. I had no idea you could reach here. Let's go ahead and get into combat here.
I'll strike you down.
Keep a blade close. Ready or not.
What now?
Do I have enough? That's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. So how about we just move to the other side here?
Quietly now.
Now we'll get Astarion just to walk up behind him. I'm still on Radiant now, okay. Easy.
Behold the dance of death.
Time to kill.
Now, how about we get Karlach and everybody... Come on. Up here where they're safe. Because Pursuit Protocol has triggered. I want to get them off the street.
Keep your distance down.
And let's see what's up here. So obviously the Steel Watcher. So it's another way to enter here if you have Fly. That's interesting.
Moving.
Okay, that's all sorts of tactical possibilities there. You probably could, you have to get very, very lucky on an angle to be able to throw something through there. But it's definitely another way to get in here. You can't fly up here. Oh, you can fly around behind as well. So there is a way back here. Just not the way that we expected to find when we were talking about that earlier. So I don't see any chests or anything like that up here. But we'll keep on the lookout here real quick. Sorry, little exploration after 1,750 hours in this game and I'm still finding something new. Probably not the most exciting gameplay for y'all to watch, and I do apologize for that, but it's very interesting. Oh, you can fly up on top of this one. Wonder if you can land on that little ledge. Nope. So, interesting. So there is a way to get up here, and there's another way in to this place. Through that window. Or through that skylight. So very, very interesting. Oh, come on.
Dream in red.
Oh, jeez. The rendering up here isn't very good. Okay, no more pursuit protocol, so we'll group everybody up and we'll just... Oh. We'll just fly back over here and we can head back and take our long rest. Everybody should be able to make their way over here. Of course, there's always one.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Yeah, there's no... It's not a walkable area over here. We can go out here and look at it, but... Yeah, if we weren't able to get... to even walk on that bridge, I'm pretty sure all of this is non-landable area, but we can go look. Yeah, it's all non-landable area out here. Most of this, and that's kind of what I expected, it's all renderable stuff, but it's all outside of the borders. I don't see any highlighted walkable areas over there. But yeah, no, good idea to try.
Can't give up now.
So very useful.
Best be on my way.
Now, I've never looked at this area either. Interesting, there's a practice sword and training shield out here. The practice sword is the only sword in the game that does bludgeoning damage.
When she was little, I couldn't wait for a time when
And does this take you into the basement area of Lady Janet's estate? Oh no, it takes you into a new area. Interesting. Oh, there's a trap here.
Don't touch me. There.
Or a pressure plate. It's not marked as a trap. But I don't know why. There's another one over here.
A long way to go still.
Something over there.
Okay, I wonder if it's...
Onward then.
a pressure plate. I love this game. Oh, I love this game. See if there are any traps. This is so tabletop.
Someone there?
I'm so getting flashbacks to tabletop here. Sorry everybody, this is really cool for me. An entirely new area. After playing the game this long, just something that I've never looked at and never seen. It's fascinating to me. There's a hatch here.
I can do better. I must.
Can I...
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Is this wall... It doesn't look like it goes anywhere, but we'll see. It's targetable. It's not. Where does the hatch go? Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Okay. I had no idea this is where that went. I've always known about this ladder because this is the ladder that that the Zentarum, that Roa Moonglow tries to run to escape this place. And actually, I think she made it farther this time than she normally does. Yeah, she made it all the way down to here. This is the ladder she tries to go to escape, but I never followed where this ladder went. This is where we had the fight against Minsk, and where we recruited him was here inside this room. I had no idea that's where that went. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So that's where it goes.
If not over, then through.
And that lever opens it from the inside, opens this door from the inside, if that's the way you choose to exit the cistern.
Do you ever think we should have had it?
Okay, interesting. Okay. So that was really cool. I was glad to be able to see that. So we are definitely going to head back and take our long rest here. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that we want to do today, since we probably have a little bit of time, because next week we're going to finish the Steel Watcher Foundry. We're going to go back to Worm's Rock, and we're going to have a confrontation with Gortash, and then we're going to go through Sorcerer's Sundries. That's all going to happen next week. So I'm looking to see what else we have. This is obviously for something that we're going to delay a little bit longer, because if there is one thing here that's going to end my honor mode run, it could be this. And I'd prefer not to take that chance and do a lot of testing to go along with this. I think I have a pretty good plan for it right now, but again, I would like to flesh it out more. So I think we'll have done most everything here. We still have to deal with, oh, I guess we can go do that. We never told the survivors the good news about killing the hag last week.
Don't burn yourself.
What's he got to say for himself?
All right. What
Okay,
now?
so let's go tell them.
How much farther can I go?
And actually, we need to go down this way. Yeah. It's right here. Because remember, in our playthrough way back in Act 1, we accidentally, well, we didn't accidentally, we did it on purpose, we just shouldn't have. We killed the hag, and while after the hag died, it surprised us so much that we didn't put the fire out on Mayrina's cage, and Mayrina died. So that's why this is Avenge the Hag Survivors, for the quest line. Let's go tell them.
Seems like a good moment to talk. The city feels different. Like evil's embrace has lessened its vice. The hag is dead, isn't she? The city is still under threat and the future is uncertain. But this is a victory for all that is good and kind. Never in my wildest dreams could I have bested the hag. Thank you, my friend, for doing the impossible.
And this is going to get us the face semblance amulet. Now, whether you get this from her or whether you get it from Mayrina, you're going to get it at the completion of this quest. So having advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws is incredibly useful for certain things that you may want to do. Getting advantage on those saving throws can be somewhat difficult, and it will definitely cost you a spell slot to throw in something like that if you want it. But having that amulet is a big situational boost for what you might need. So let's see if there's anything else. Oh, we can go down. This isn't going to be the greatest time to do this. But we can.
Swim.
Because we do have the corpse following us here.
I'll keep forgetting.
And I think I would prefer to be.
Wizard told us to watch for troublemakers. Shut up and keep your mucky little peepholes peeled.
So who's got the skull? I do.
Have I been this way before?
The wizard called it the sewer. Whatever it's called, it's impressive. And it tastes great.
Okay, and that's going to get you Chaucer's Carcanet. So once per long rest, you can use a reaction to make an attack roll or saving throw with an advantage. Basically just a way to get you advantage, a situational advantage whenever you miss an attack or you fail a saving throw. Again, situationally can be very nice, especially when you combine that with your enhanceability and that sort of stuff. This can help you guarantee that you don't fail a saving throw when you're trying to do something or pass one of those high DC saving throw things. So I think, and we're not going to kill Fireball Happy guy back here. We don't need to in this playthrough, but we can look and see. Oh, we can do these. As well. So in here should be Kithrak Voss. But then all the way down here. Actually, we won't do that. We'll go this way. Yeah, we can do this. We haven't done this yet. No, don't close the doors. Walk through it. Okay, now down here are some dead kobolds. And remember, we picked up a kobold's chest key. So what we're going to do, now these DCs are pretty high. So we're going to shapeshift Shadowheart. She should still have the advantage on perception checks on, so we will give her guidance as well.
Have to keep pushing.
Okay, and there's a map of the sewers down here. It says there's an area marked with an X. Next to this it says Bug Thimble, who we met up there and had a fight with. Dragon Tribe Treasure. Okay, so we passed the first one. And that's just to dig it up and know that it's trapped. Okay, now this is the marked chest crown. And we passed that one. This is dragon, so this is the one that we're gonna want. We can't dig up the others. And we failed that one. Like I say, they're a DC 25. We rolled a 7 with advantage. That's not great. And we failed that one too. Rolled a 10. Still wasn't enough. So you have to roll pretty high on these to make them work. Now what we're going to do is we can go with Astarion.
Let's get on with
We'll get guidance.
What now? Go.
And I will just quickly change back out to this. And we'll go disarm dragon. Okay, so it's a pretty good DC. And in here is the tribe treasure. Okay, now if we go disarm one of the other ones, for instance. You'll find a note inside. And these notes are all going to be fairly dismissive of you. Opening up all the fake chests that are out here. Now this one he did, wow.
Someone's left a trap after us.
Okay, so we rolled a 4 on guidance. He made that perception check. I'm impressed. Because I wasn't planning on him to make it. Another scrawled note, which again, just more insulting. What I'm trying to do is actually not pass a perception check. Yeah, okay. If you go to open it up, you get a force blast that comes out, and then you have to lockpick it.
Should be easy.
Now with Astarion, that's why he did it. If he saves a saving throw with evasion, he takes no damage. He doesn't take just half damage, he takes no damage. And this is your first one again with another scrawled note. Okay. It's the dragon chest that we already learned is the one that you want to pick up, and that's what this cache is. That's marked on the map. Now I don't know why that marker is still there. It may go away after a while, but yeah, that's what it's for. Is for the chest that we learned about from Bug Thimble a long time ago. When we fought him in the graveyard.
More interesting times.
Okay, so we ended off by doing a few housekeeping things there at the end. Things just to clean up. So next week, like I had said, we are going to take a long rest. We're going to finish up inside the Steel Watcher Foundry. And we're going to have a fight against a one of the bosses in there, but it's going to be made quite easy by the fact that we have 12 flash blinders. It's going to trivialize this fight for us, and make it quite easy. It's actually the fight that happens right before that. And sorry, I hope I muted that before I coughed in your ear. I thought I did. But it's the fight right before that in the Steel Watch Foundry that's actually the difficult one. So we definitely want to make sure we have full action economy when we go into it, and we want to make sure that we're completely prepped and ready for it, because it is a much more difficult fight. So I think with that, we're going to end the live stream for today. So as always, thank you all for being here. Rudy, Andy, Dave, thank you all for your comments in the chat. I really enjoy interacting with my community, because as I say, without the support of my community, none of this would be possible. This is Commander... Oh, Andy had one last question. I don't think you can tadpole Minsk. I'll go look and see off stream, but I don't think you can tadpole Minsk or Jahira. But I'll go check on stream, or off stream. I may have that wrong, but I'll go check and see what options are available for them. But as always, thank you all for being here, because without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying until next time, fare thee well.